They fantasize, I analyze, I am the eyes. Yeah. They stand in lie, I stand in truth. That's my I am alive, I am alive, I am alive. I channel God, the frequency lives inside. Delinquencies leap aside, just look inside. I promise you'll find bodies the synagogue. You lie to self, then you sin to God. I take the end of lines, put it in a loop, then I tie a knot. This eternal life, this is Heka'u. We can never die, we are immortalized. They live mortal lives, I am more than man. I have God inside. Whoa. Opened the door and then I got inside. Found my inner child, gave him a hug, told him I love him, we gon' be alright. And then I gave a smile, you made me more than proud. Shed some tears, let us scream aloud, a stand in pride. Grabbed his hand, it was the hand of God, our fingers five. Double time, we put hands to sky. Raise them high, raise them high. This is dua. Praise himself, praise each other, praise to health, that is the root to wealth. Praise comes from per, and it means to sell. See, that's what preachers do, buying souls, selling hell. Disguised as heaven, pushing P. Differences between prophet and prophecy. The Bible is a prop to see the lies of man, portraying God open-eyed to see. Telling tales of wanderings, I've been wondering, they don't know that we're the real wonders. Miracles, when I speak it thunders, literal. You feel it under your flesh when your organs start to rumble. Heartbeat, you're listening to vibrations as my heart speaks. Stretch minds, I have far reach. Raj General, this is our me. This is pinnacle. Step on sinister, everyone is demons these days. Trust me, once you step to us, you will not leave as you came. See, we ain't the same, raising names. Real fame comes from Ba, it means to speak, to say. I have lots to say. My ancestors taught me how to pray, ask and receive. Given that you live in reciprocity, our Ba shall speak through you to give our message of praise. Hands raised, this is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five, hands up. This ain't a stick up, this is dua. Giving praise, they're only giving praise when they receive a raise. Like thank God, I receive a raise as I rise up every single day. Raise comes from res, giving life the sun's rays, hands embrace. Consciousness extinct, even the ones who think they are woke are still asleep. Resi means to watch and it deals with what you see. Resi means to dream and it's the tongue of the speech. Watch what you speak, bring dreams to reality. Watchtower, watch me tower over with power. This is more than album, this is pure magic. Creation vibrations, layers on layers, prayers on prayers. Demon slayers, soul cakes of fire. Caught up in a rapture like I need a baker. The Lord has risen, watch the bread rise. To give sustenance, I've seen death eyes. The moon is my left eye, praise Yah, dua.
This is House of Aten. I don't have a mask on, I'll tell you all what happened.
I see they got the facts wrong, flow fluid. Walk with ancestors like Anpu is. Who's this? Greek named Anubis. Prove it. I see bodies walking around soulless, clueless. Ani Ptah, don't compare me to Steve Jobs. Call me Ptah Sakar. If you need to do more research, search Ray. Hands in vagina plays when pray. Spitting seeds into the womb to birth and raise. See, that's parades. Give thanks like it's in your hands. Collect them plates, ancient stelae. Step through fire, see we trailblaze. Fate and faith, this is knowledge. Facts will flip a fake. Tell me what's at stake to give thanks. Hands raised, this is dua. This is dua. Light body emerges Kaaba. Give me high five, hands up. This ain't a stick up, this is dua. SCRIBAL Sessions Volume 1. For the record. Open your eye in alignment with time and you'll see the truth like it's a physical thing. From the darkness I arise, so it's not a surprise when you learn of the light that I bring. As above, so below, I find a rhythm and flow as I grow with the pendulum swing. This is the matrix where everyone's faking they sleep here in life while we wake up in dreams. Shedding the skin like a serpent, this work makes it worth it. Attaining a purpose while searching internal, examine what all is in me. Most will not make it there, so can I take it? Reality shaking, you've seen what I've seen. Reap what you sow, with the weavers of speech, achievers, and this is the read 'em and weed. You cannot read them, vibrations that none of them speak. Walk a metal netter, light his feather is heavy to learn that your will isn't free. Natural willing, I continue to lead with my evils. I'm sweeping my consciousness clean. Training in realms that are unseen, my aura is some set fire to all of the fiends. Stand on my eye, this is all seeing. I we supply 93, that means we are supreme. Healing through tones on my senses, connecting and this year wealthy is health, this is green. This is illusion, reality veiled in delusion. Thoughts become intrusive, it's foolish to not know by now that it ain't what it seems. This is way more than belief. I see clearly the lies. My six senses of sight are hypnotized. No wonder everyone sleeps. It's time to set off the alarms. The performance of form. Don't you know you're a star? I got a human form and you rise with the beast. More than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper. Seeing the state of the planet, the damage, the famines expanding beyond your belief. I see they landed, they've handed the people a cannon and aiming it right at your feet. Blowing the hole where you're standing, creating the panic. The tactical planning is deep. Teaching you're only a man and the God is in heaven, the seventh outside of your reach. If you're the question, they'll call you a manic, frantic, erratic, depression, demonic. When you're teaching through the magical speech, they'll call you serpent, the one in the garden. Pardon my knowledge for having the knowledge and prowess to see. He really told the truth to Adam and Eve. You'll have to think between good and evil if you eat of the fruit of the tree. Now you're a god, open your eye, cleansing yourself so that now you can see. They stole the stories and twisted them like it's a spliff. They put the fire to leaf, I put the fire to speech. I put the fire to heat. We don't do liars and thieves, they just desire to greed. This is my record to keep, this is my throne. You cannot sit in my seat, and I command it. I give more than 10 commandments. This is the law of attraction, and we have infinite stamina. My stage is where I'm standing. This is my eye, God is in me. I only keep goddesses with me. They are the magical beings, they are the holy ones, birthing the gods. We're overcoming the odds. We are the even and odd. They're in the odds, we're in the awe. Ancestors answer my prayers, forever grateful. I will forever say thank you. Inspiration to awake the sleepers. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper, more than man. Bread in my hand, that's the Lord in hand. Heard what I said, Lord, live in the man. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. Light is sought after, it's in the man. Come from the inundation lands. We ain't the same man. Record keeper.
You and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore on Ma'at.
I look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. Look outside in awe, I see our people double-minded. People meaning creature, don't ignore the signage. Voices lead, though flying silent. Observation with my eye open eyelid. I am him, king, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swing, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heru, I am him. King, crown, rings, Nesu, I am in. Mindset of when fighting jinns. Sword, swing, samurai, I am Shem. Suhor, son of Heru. Words powerful, Hekau. See proof, you can feel the roots. Gone, just look up, I am proof. Breaking doors down, make some room. But I is now speaking through me and trust me. Otep, you're on mute.
Otep, peace and love. Welcome to the House of Aten. Ancient Tehutian Teachings of the Natiru presents of Father's Day, Dear Sa, presented by the great Primordial Thought 9. Before we begin, and I introduce the brothers on the panel, we will begin as we do every week with our beautiful affirmation. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Unki Ema'at, Un NS, Nintet or Set Ema'at, Min Hepapat Ema'at, Her Inhu Kui, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light. Welcome everybody. I'm the great Atef Remkem Ma'at. I'm the esteemed steward of the venerable house of Aten. As a devoted disciple of the master teacher, the illustrious Tehuti Amenhotep Ra, I proudly undertake the role of the sagacious host for the weekly gathering within the sacred halls of the house of Aten. Here we delve into the profound teachings that illuminate the path of Ma'at. In the sacred sanctuary of the house of Aten, I guide fellow seekers on a journey of enlightenment and understanding. Drawn from the wellspring of ancient wisdom, our gatherings are profound explorations into the depths of truth, meticulously deciphered through the lens of ancestral artifacts and the profound teachings bestowed upon us by the great Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. My commitment to the pursuit of wisdom extends beyond the confines of our weekly gatherings. People. My soul resonates with the harmonious frequencies of the Medu Necha. I stand as a loyal guardian of Ma'at, steadfastly defending the sacred principles that govern our existence within the house of Aten. Next, we have the mighty Menku Ra Mary Ma'at, is a student of the master teacher Tehuti Amenhotep Ra and a follower of Ma'at. Menku Ra is the Heb, the festivities organized in the house of Aten, cultural enlightenment advisor, and a teacher. He's a developer of the Pathways to Awakening, a director and producer of documentaries, researcher of ancient civilizations, and a researcher of the knowledge of spells. And next we have the great scribe Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti, is a teacher of knowledge, a spoken word artist, a creator, awakening the sleepers and healing the chosen ones through sound vibrational tones and conscious thought. He's a Sab, the wisdom door opener, and the lead organizer of the House of Aten movement. And our presenter for the night, the mighty Primordial Thought 9, is a seeker of divine wisdom, the wisdom with universal structure, the wisdom that remains the same from every perspective, the wisdom that adapts to any interaction, the wisdom that creates silence, the wisdom that sustains the house of Aten. Welcome everybody to the House of Aten Study Guide Sundays. Peace and love, great brothers. How's my sound? I don't know. I've been having a little bit of issues with my sound. Welcome everybody.
Sounds nice.
Can you hear me?
Nice. Loud and clear. Yeah, I can hear you real well.
Great, great, great. I'm looking forward to this. This is what's today? Father's Day. This is gonna be great. Peace and love to the chat. Peace and love to the great Angela Gates. We see you. Peace and love. First one in the chat. Peace and love to the moderator, Anu. Peace and love to Ann too. And peace and love to Eric G. That's it. Peace and love to you, great brother. What's going on, Primordial? You ready, good brother?
Hey, you already know. Just putting the little finishing touches. We good. We ready.
I already know how I be, bro. Hey, I'll be working on it until the end. I'm still working on it, bro. I already know, man. Peace and love. It's good to have you on this panel, brother. Looking forward to what you're going to present. Ani, what's going on, great brother?
Hotep, peace and love. I am making it do what it does. I'm in the vehicle, got some type of power going. My power went out in my home, so still making it work. And yeah, so I'm doing excellent. To everyone for being here with us. Be sure to hit the like button. And the great brother Anu, our moderator, is posting the links for the support. So if you appreciate this class, if there's anything that you take from it, you can show your reciprocity by utilizing those links there. And I will also pin those to the top of the chat. So Tua Hinu, I'll go ahead and mute my mic and hopefully my power will be back on before the end of the presentation that the great brother is going to give, and I'll show all the support at the end of the class. So be sure to send in your support for this class, and we'll go through all of that at the end. houseofatten.org. Go get your merch. Peace and love, everyone. Too for your attention, too for being here, and I'm looking forward to this class. Great brother Primordial Thought 9. And yes, I'll close with that. Hotep Henu Ma'akaru.
Peace and love. You heard him. Come join us. House of Aten, Ancient Tehuti and Teachings of Natiru. Back to the source. We the original Axemen. That's right. Go check out the website. Hey, what was the name of that? What was that word from yesterday? I don't know what that word was. Hey, oh man, Saba's teachings is absolutely phenomenal, man. I'm looking forward to this. Primordial, you got any new vocabulary words? I'm trying to learn some new vocabulary.
Hey, you know we always putting that etymology in there. You already know.
Definitely. Minkurai, you want to talk to the people about the pathways to awakening? I know in the chat yesterday somebody was asking about it, and last week they was asking about it. So what, you got any updates on that?
No, really no updates yet. We're like in this weird in between stage of being able to solidify some things, but I will say that I'm doing my best to record all the ideas and everything that I feel like the ancestors are giving me to make this year a special. Looking forward to it. So just making sure that I'm scribing all my inspiration, my imagination, and messages from the ancestors of how it's supposed to go. So definitely looking forward to when we can go full throttle on the promotions. Pretty soon we'll be able to put a video promo, put the fire up, pull all information on the House of Aten website. So just doing
Did he freeze? He froze. Nookpoo, what's going on, great brother? Nookpoo, put that word in the chat. Poen, what was that word? I think the brother had froze. Minku, you froze, brother. Nookpoo say, make sure you bring that Ember beer. Angela Gay, what was that word yesterday? Poen. What was the word? The Greek word. Put it in the chat. I don't remember.
Am I back?
Poet man.
Yeah, you back. Yeah, you had on froze, brother. Poe
Okay,
M. Mandres. Poem Mandres. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's the word Anu. That's the Greek word philosophy. Oh man, we gotta get past the Greek everything. We just have to. We have to make we gotta go back to the source. Ancient Tehuti and Teachings of the Natiru. We gotta take everything back to the source. It's okay to know the trick, but you know you gotta keep digging. I got my little baby shovel. Can you see my little baby shovel right here? I keep in front of my desk. It's a little toy shovel because we got to keep digging for the truth, man. But Minku, you had froze, brother, when you was talking. You was saying what?
Peace, Hotep. My internet be wilding out. Anyways, I was saying, yes, this year we're in this weird space, in between space, but soon we will be launching video promo. We'll be adding information to the House of Aten website. We just need to get the green lights and have things in order, but we definitely put things together in the background before we can solidify some of the logistics.
Yeah, we stay working. My internet be bugging out too. I don't know. I saw the Xfinity guy here. He was doing something. I wasn't home. I was watching him on the camera. He did something. I was racing home trying to get to the thing. He did something to the box. I don't know, but now my YouTube be lagging. But I don't know. It looked like he changed the wire. I couldn't really see what he was doing, but he was doing something. And ever since then, my internet been acting up too. So yeah. Poen Mandraz. Yeah, that's the word. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this Father's Day. Matrix breaking, spell breaking, primordial thought. What's going on, great brother? You ready?
Yes, sir. Here I come right now. I was feeling like Saba. It's hot out here, man. I have to wipe myself down a little bit, man. It's 100 degrees out here.
I see. Okay.
Hey, shouts out to Ptah, Aten, Tehuti. You see it?
Let me see the bill. Okay, hold on. I gotta make the screen bigger. Let me see. Okay. Nice.
Yes, sir.
Nice. I see you got on them Theodores too. Okay, I see you.
Yeah, got the Theodores on. Most
yeah,
definitely.
I keep. Hey, listen, I can't. Listen, I can see.
I got to read
I
the
don't
screen.
wear glasses, guys. I keep them Theodores on. Got to protect them eyes, man. You have to. It's a game out here.
Yes, sir. We with it, man.
Cool. You got to get you a pair of Theodores, bro. You see, Ani wear his every now and then. Saba have his on. We got to get you a pair of Dorkies. Put them on. Protect your eyes, brother. I'm telling you.
I got to get them gold joints like I need. I always wanted some of those, so I need to stop by. Go give me some of them gold joints.
Hey, listen, whatever. A lot of them now come with the blue light protection on it. And I started wearing them, when I start getting on the computer, I don't know, I just had to do it. And I was like, because I don't wear glasses, but I was like, let me just protect my eyes, because looking at this computer screen is just not healthy for you at all. So you got to protect your eyes. You got to keep that Heru vision. So, yeah. All right, brother. We're waiting on you. You ready?
Okay, there we go. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, good brother.
Yeah, let's go. Okay.
I don't know, you're a little bit low. I don't know if it's me. Can you guys hear in the chat? Put a 9 in the chat if you can hear them. Am
I good? Testing.
There you go. You good. Loud and clear, brother.
All right, cool. Yeah, if y'all put 9s, put 3 9s. Y'all know. PT9. Shouts out to Saba. I bet. Let's see. Let me go 1 second. All right. Let's go. All right. Welcome. I am Primordial Thought 9, seeker of divine wisdom. Wisdom with universal structure. Wisdom that remains the same from every perspective. Wisdom that adapts to any interaction. Wisdom that creates silence. Wisdom that sustains the house of Aten. I am Primordial Thought 9. May Ra grant me and my family health and prosperity. May our monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at. May we rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore in Ma'at. Hold up.
I'm a healer, he's a healer, she's a healer witch. We some killers, walking slayers, slaying demons quick. Minerals, I'm into those. Connected with Ra, not rah-rah. In a hidden land you can't see. Not la-la, brainstorm, make my eyes wet. Connections, hair raising, mirror gazing, make me question who Earth is. Connections, I see trees breathing, stayed more than 4 seasons. A higher version of myself, talking to myself now with my third eye, so it's first, second, and third person. The soul is not worthless, matter of fact, it's priceless. Behind these eyelids are 3 separate minds, a serpent mind crown me. I cried when I found me. I cried when my grandmother's earthly body was on the verge of expiring from taking a fall. Tailbone broken, now I'm broken. Should have been more outspoken. Analysis is kidneys need assistance. Maybe that's why diet has the word die in it. We clog our organs. Can't play the right tune, knowledge is key. So tell me what's more important. The doctors just give you band-aids to exchange. Here, pop this pill. The doctors just give you band-aids to exchange. Pop this pill. Dr. said he healed cancer with herbs and fasting. Heal the cells, heal yourselves. Decisions, spirit guides and heroes. 0 isn't nothing, 0 is infinite. Oh, round up the troops, twisted the truth. My eye is here to bring proof. I thought they knew thought. That's Dolph, Tehuti, that's Kim, that's black, that's Kemet, that's black soil, not sand, that's our land. We deserted our culture, we set it on platters with open hands. Put your hands up, no this isn't a shot. Put your hands up, better net you symbol for Ka. That's spirit, some call it cheat, I call it cool. Execute to the highest level. I've been a rebel, don't need a medal unless you're talking precious. From children we are programmed to pledge our allegiance to a flag. From the start we hand our hearts over. Overtly they put it in our faces through the language we speak. See, it's deep, so deep you learn how to spell but not to watch what you speak. We lost our culture to church, Roman philosophies, popes, preachers, and presidents, killer psychologies. Language we speak is reverse Greek started mythology. You either gonna be lost or in hell, still breathing oxygen. I come from a place that's infinite within space with no trace. I'm never out of lines. The longest keys within space bars. Only an ET in human form can absorb. If you are seated from stars, you can receive signals of frequency. Sound travels, light travels in ways beyond most humans' capability. Is top tier when God's cry. DNA is dormant, time to awaken that. I come in peace, Salakum. Do not mistake in the facts of love and light of light. Thought travels, energy travels, been in battles of consciousness, many forms of what a monster is. I've conquered fear, abolished the need to be foolish. I hold the cube, no Rubik's, Metatrons. Job's done when heavens come. 11's ones, numbers giving me guidance. Angelic, unbiased, the horn sirens. More alive when I'm meditating. Intake 11 deep breaths. It's magic. What I see next is absolute abstraction, attraction. Visualize the action, duality, matching, balance. I must maintain my peace of mind. You get awkward stares when you seek divine routes. I keep the 9. Infinitely entering internally, keeping the Ka healthy. Bioenergy's dualistic that you can turn into 3. Eyes open, yet one set. A throne is where I sit. The Medu Netter symbol for all set. Through the past, I see what comes next. Checks and balances. Blessed beyond giving thanks. Supreme gratitude to consciousness. Ancestors and spirit guides. Animation, humanoid or bird type, divine parents, higher self, galactic families who peek through the sun's portal from time to time. Angles align, numbers, 1 has 1, 2 has 2, and so on to 9. 6174, the scribe. I'm a healer, he's a healer, she's a healer witch. We some killers, walking slayers, slaying it's fat quick. Minerals are meant to those, our men has roles. You cannot hide the aura to your soul, so smiling.
Smiling pose for the glyph. All right, y'all. So as you can tell by the title of this, I'm in the heart of this Hekau. So this presentation is definitely for my side that's being formed in the womb of my great Natert. So forgive me if I'm not a crowd participation. I'm in complete ritual right now. This is definitely something that was formed and created within my Eve. So I'm speaking to the future. So Hotep. Dear Sa, I created this presentation just for you. I want to give you a proper introduction into the teachings of our Pa'u. That's our ancestors. There's so much more that I need to learn, but this is where I am. I want to be able to give you what your siblings wasn't able to get, and more importantly, what I've never received coming into this realm. I hope the day comes when I can sit right next to you and watch this presentation. May the great Neter Ptah fashion you according to your wishes, just like he did for the Natiru. I am Primordial Thought 9, you're a tough. May Ra grant you health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundation of Ma'at, and may you rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rises and shines forevermore in Ma'at. Hotep. All right, so Great Sa, this is I'm gonna sit down and talk to you about the teachings, the instructions of the Papyrus of INSINGER, the Demotic Papyrus. This is in the Book of Ancient Egypt Literature, Volume 3, the Late Period. It's on page 192. And we're going to start with this. It says, a statue of stone is the foolish son whom his father has not instructed. Okay, so a statue. It's a figure of a person or animal made in a solid substance of some size and in a round. It's a statue, graven image. That which is set up to cause to stand, to set up a standing position from past to stand is from the root sta, to stand, to make or be firm. Now, when we get a chance, I'll sit down and talk to you and show you a video that our great Saba Tehuti Amun Hotep Ra showed us, that statue actually means memory. And it's a representation of who you are. It's something that it's an image. Let's just say you do it for me. It's an image of me and all of what I represent. It's a monument. It's something that I forever will be remembered. And so that's what a statue is. It's just memory, to remember, to be able to see, and to be able to think back on what you're a tough used to be in this lifetime. A fool means silly, stupid, an ignorant person, meaning, without knowledge. Madman, insane person, an idiot. This is I'll touch into the fool a little later, but it definitely means a person that is an ignorant person without knowledge. Let's go. All right, so it is important to honor your Atef and your Mut. Even when we pass into the Netakert, it represents the memory of us. May we be forever remembered, and may your children do the same for you. So when you look at that instruction, it's pretty much touching on that you have a stone that it has no image. It's literally just a slab of stone sitting there, and the son has not instructed. A son has not made the monument of his Atef or his Mut or his Mut, and these things are very important. We've been taught so many times that we've been structured in this realm, as when we were coming up, that in other religions, that images are false, images are wrong, images are something that is an abomination, it's a sin. But that's contrary to what our real ancestors has left as an example for us. We wouldn't even have these teachings if it I wouldn't even be sitting here doing this presentation if it wasn't for our Pa'u, which is our ancestors in the Tiru. If they didn't leave these examples to us, there would be nothing for me to go off of. And so I want you to be able to understand the importance of remembering your ancestors. It's important. And I want you to be brought into this world knowing that, and knowing that our remembrance is more than just a tombstone. It's more than just words written on this square slab of stone with your name on it. May you forever remember what me and your mut looks like. And may your children do the same for you. Let's continue. All right, so it says, it is a son's good and blessed portion to receive instruction and to ask. I love this. Let's go. Okay, so a portion is a allotted part, a part assigned or attributed. It's your share. It's fate, destiny. It's a shared part. Its root word it means to grant, meaning that it is you being brought forth and being a part of this, being part of this family, as you continue the bloodline on and the consciousness on. Let's put it that way. As you continue the consciousness, it is your portion, and you are granted this very presentation here. This is me sitting down with you to give you instruction, but I don't want you to have instruction solely based off of me just saying it. I want you to also ask questions. I want you to be able to critically think. I want you to be able to read and hear the teachings, and may it spark something within you. That's what I want. I want you to be able to seek Ma'at. It's your portion. It's your right. It's for me and your mut to never leave you hanging to where you have to go learn from this isfet that's going on outside. This is your portion. I offer this energy to you. It is yours. It is your rightful possession to have. Okay, so receiving instruction in Ma'at is just as important as asking a question. You need to be answered. Both are your portion within this family. May both receiving and asking questions in regard to instructions expand your ku. May you understand this. May you observe this teaching. So once again, Sa, it's important that as you come into these teachings, that once again, let it expand your ku. Have no biasness. Seek truth for exactly what it is. Because truth doesn't need any defending. It stands. It takes more work for a lie to cover up a truth than the truth to just be in its existence. So may you understand that, and I want you to take hold to that. Don't be afraid to ask a question. Don't be afraid of a question being too silly or you don't think it's good enough. Nah, ask it. because that's you exploring your ku. That's you exploring the corners of your ku. Everything that your neurons are firing off, we want to address those things. Let's go. Okay, so it says no instruction can succeed if there is dislike. And you will find out in your life that this instruction right here, a lot of people don't understand this, and I'll touch on this when we get to the examine part. So dislike means be displeased with, displeasure, disgust. It also means annoy, vex, displeased, hate, cease to love, a feeling of being displeased. So this is why ma'at is so important. And this is the foundation to all life. One cannot prosper from sound instruction from a person who they dislike. There is a wall that blocks said frequency, which makes it impossible to receive such energy. Now, this image right here, this was something that our Saba Tehuti Amun-Hotep Ra did a breakdown on about the Ka that is within. And now you see right here, this wall right here, Sa, this wall right here, these are two people who dislike each other, and they cannot even connect with each other because this right here, this is a blockage. And this, to me, I put this up because and I wish I would have showed you, I wish I would have put on here the bridge that actually two people who do get along and do love each other, there's a bridge. This is a connecting energy. But as you can see, I use this because this reminds me of that you don't even have to be in close contact with somebody. A person, if they dislike you or you dislike someone, it's hard to receive instruction because the dislike stands in the way. Your ku can only think about the reasons why you dislike this person. And even if that person has sound wisdom or if they come with truth, the disagreement gets in the way. The memory from whatever interaction that y'all two has had, it distorts everything, because one must be open in order to receive an instruction, in order to receive good energy, in order to receive the truth. A person must be open for that. So if the dislike is there, the instruction will not prosper. And that's why it's important in ma'at that everything that we do it in ma'at to where there is no fault. So it's not really just me or your mut to tell you what to do, right? You need to do this. No, it comes with being an example as the instruction comes out. And that's why I tell you, don't be afraid to ask questions, which we saw from the last instruction, right? So you have that. And so it's very important that as you do that, as we live as what we instruct you to do, we're being a representation on the reason why we're giving you instruction. It's good for you to see how we conduct ourselves, how we honor, to allow no isfet to come between us. Now, I'm not saying that you might not have your differences because there's something that's just not firing off within your ku for you to understand something, and that's why we ask questions. That's why we are able to have a conversation and to be able to talk and to be able to build. And once we build that and work our way through whatever confusion that is in there, we don't just throw it away and say, no, you do that and I don't gotta tell you why. You do that and I don't gotta. No, I want to always be in my odd, because I have to be that way with your mut. I have to be that way with your siblings, as they're going to be older by the time you get here. So it's very important that if the instruction is not making sense, it's good to break those things down. No different between what we doing now. We hold presentations to explain. We talk these things out. I can't just sit here and say, oh, the next slide. No, it is what this is. No, we have to be able to explain. We have to be able to talk and tell me the reason why you want this done. What kind of character does that build within me? And that's important. So once again, we cannot be at a dislike and I think that my instruction is going to work within you. There'll be this wall right here. So that's important while we live in Ma'at, to do things accordingly in order. Okay, so the youth who is not spoiled by his belly is not blamed. Let's take a look at spoiled. Spoiled is overindulged, injured in character by excessive lenience. Impaired, defective. Blame means to find fault with, lay responsibility on something deemed wrong, to rebuke, to reprimand, to condemn, to criticize, to blaspheme, to speak lightly, to blame, reproach. That's just correction, right? So as you looked at, spoiled is overindulged, right? And you find for those who find fault in too. That means usually if the fault falls on you, somewhere in there was a selfish behavior. There was something that you did not observe, or you decided to do something only solely for yourself, and you were not aware of the impact it was going to happen to those who are around you. So let's keep going. Self-control, discipline, and to be sated will keep you from fault, wrongdoing, and greed, which brings forth disapproval. Wrongdoing and greed, which brings forth disapproval. May your portion make you sated, not only for when you eat, but in all of your way of life. So, for example, I have to be in Ma'at constantly. If I'm the Ateth within this house, it can't solely be based off. I can't only think about myself. Now, when it comes to myself, I have to make sure that I'm doing what is biologically imperative for my immortality, right? Things that are things that are structured. There's nothing wrong with that. But I can't do things that causes isfet, that causes chaos within the house, right? I have to think about all of you. I have to think about each action and each decision that I make, that I have all of you in mind. And if I find myself going the isfet route and only think about pretty much what I want and not what sustains us, there will definitely be kickback. There will definitely be a ripple, something that causes something that causes that barrier, and we start colliding because what I am doing is not honorable. What I'm doing is not a way that sustains. And that makes everyone silent and be like, oh no, you showed us things that we put our trust in you, that you're leading us a particular direction, right? So just remember that that spoiledness is just someone who decides to just be greedy. They decide to not care about those, only fixated on themselves, even if it's unto their destruction. So just remember that you must have self-control and what you have and where you are right now. Like just right now where I'm at, I'm right here. I know where my level of studies is, and I'm striving to become better. So I have to have this self-control, have this discipline, and be fine with what I know right now as I continue to grow, as I continue to move forward. It's very important. Let's move on. It says, He who is abstemious with his phallus, his name does not stink. Now this is important, Saul, because a lot of people make a lot of mistakes. So let's look into this. Okay, so abstemious means sparing or moderate in eating or drinking, sober, temperate, abstaining from wine. Where we at? Strong drink, related, drunken, meaning they're overindulging, right? Like we talked about earlier, overindulging. So content. So as I was going through abstemious, it was connected also to content. This is someone who is self-restraining, temperate. See that word right there? This is right here where we got up at the top, right? Abstemious, especially obtaining from moderate in sexual intercourse. So that's where your phallus come in, right? That's your henu. So, you have to be able to holding together, right? To hold back, to check, hold together, to enclose. So, these things, these words is why I like to put up the etymology, because these are things that you just not gonna find in your regular dictionary. So let's continue. Okay, so it says, don't be out laying with every woman you meet, right? Value yourself. You are a netter. This is the reason why you are kepara. You kepara, you come forth. And this is important. So value yourself. Laying with a woman is very sacred. Do not pollute your ren, which is your name, based off of your overindulgence. That primal state of you, right? You will bring shame to yourself. So if you only conducting yourself based off your phallus, based off of your henu, you have to remember, when you become one with a woman, that's a very sacred thing. So that's important. It has destroyed a lot of men and women, and so it's very it's very important to this is why I put right here, to value yourself. You must be able to not grant every woman your energy, and you're going to have to be able to sustain that. Choose your natures wisely, right? You have to be able to you come one with them. It's important of what you're doing. Now, if you out there just doing whatever you want to do and not really thinking about it, and not really considering your actions, it can cause much destruction in your life. It can cause a stink to your ren, and now your ren is attached to all this isfet that you have conducted within your life, because you was not considerate of the other. And this is very important, and a lot of people have learned that example, and that's something that hopefully, as we sit and go over these things, and hopefully you grasp that, you understand that that's important, because you will get that, you know what I mean? You will get that energy that's bursting through you, and you might, you might see one that's that's favorable to the eye, right? So harness that energy, keep that energy, and conduct yourself in a manner that is in ma'at. And I want to be able to give you that, because a lot of that wasn't given to me. That's why I wrote you in the beginning, saying that there's a lot of these teachings that just wasn't passed on. It wasn't passed on to these things wasn't brought as a culture, as an instruction within the families. It just wasn't. So we kind of just learned on the go. So I want you to remember that. All right, let's move on. It says, he who is persevering and thoughtful is chosen among the people. He who is persevering and thoughtful is chosen among the people. You remember that part where we just talked about in the last one? Thoughtful, right? Considering of other. Let's keep going. All right. So persevere, excuse me. To persist in what one has undertaken, meaning that you started something, right? You started this. To pursue steadily a design of course, meaning you stay in the course, meaning that we're persevering through this, continue to endure, right? Steadfastly, persist, very strict, earnest, right? To have, to hold, right here. This is that root word. To say, I think that says say. To hold, to hold, toughness, right? Toughness, steadfastness. Right here, thought. Now I'm gonna show you the class where, you know, Sabu Tehuti also broke down what thought is. It's actually a code. It actually means 9. But right here in the etymology, right here, it kind of gives you an act of mental activity, process of thinking, a thought. Compassion, right here, right? To be thoughtful, right? We want to be able to think more than just ourselves, especially if we are being trusted by others or people who are going to rely or need you. You're thinking about that you're not the only person that lives here on this earth. So that's important to be thoughtful, right? So it says structure brings sustainability, which puts one in a position to survive. So if you have structure, you'll be able to persevere through whatever you're undertaking, whatever you are trying to accomplish, whatever you need to purr through. If you have the structure, it brings sustainability, which puts one in the position to survive. And when one doesn't have structure, I mean, they find a hard time. They find a hard time going through to purr in situations that only structure can really push them through because they wasn't prepared, right? All right, so it says structure brings sustainability, which puts one in a position to survive any situation, never giving up regardless of the challenge, right? Keep moving and don't give up on life. Help those, this is where that thoughtfulness comes in, right? Help those you know you can help. Always remember this life is more than just you. Live in Ma'at, walk in Ma'at, and you will be favored by your good actions. So it's good to be thoughtful. People like being surrounded by those who work as a unit. So you see me up here with my brothers, right? You see me up here with a Tefrim Kim Ma'at. You see me up here with Ami Ptah Tehuti. You see me up here with Minku Ma'ad Mary Minku Ara Mary Ma'ad. You see me up here. You see us here, you know what I mean, making this happen for the House of Aten, and we up here representing even our Sabu Tehuti Amun Hotep Ra. He's our teacher. He's our doorway. He's the master teacher. So we don't do things selfishly, right? So you only build a bond with people if it's not solely based off of just about yourself. We come up here and we try to and we're putting effort and energy to make this exist. Everyone has their own gifts. Everyone has their direction that they're going and trying to mature in Ma'at. But all of that gift, all of that energy is being used here. And it's because we're building something that is sustaining. It brings life. It brings love. That Meri, you know what I mean? It's good to the Eve. That's why everyone is so loving and pleasant here. It's a beautiful thing to have, and no one's on there, and no one's just thinking about themselves. So it's important to be thoughtful. I can only get the best of everyone at the House of Aten if I give my best to them. That's the reciprocity, right? That's where we be able to exchange energy and to appreciate those who bring what they bring to the table. So always remember, as you continue to grow, rather you find yourself being more knowledgeable than people that is around you, understand that you need them just as much as they need you. You do not exist without the attention from them. So whatever gift that you feel you have and you want to share, it don't exist unless they give you the attention. So just remember that it's a flow, it's an ebb and flow, it's this exchange of energy. And I want you to remember that. So be thoughtful of others. Make sure that what you do, it is to sustain the people that you love, the people that you care about, the people that you want, this vision that you have to build it. Never forget that. So let's go. Okay, so it says, he who listens to a reprimand protects himself from another. This is important. So because we're gonna get into reprimand, right? So it says severe reproof, right? For fault. That is to be repressed, fault to be checked, right? This means that you need to be corrected. You've done something wrong. You haven't, you really wasn't, either you wasn't aware of your actions and the effect of those actions, right? So you wasn't really seeing with your ma'aheru to be able to examine and know that each action, each decision that you decide to make, you didn't understand the effects of what it could be. And also, even if you did understand it and you decided to act selfishly, you can't be upset if you called out on it. You can't be upset if you're corrected on it. You must be able to receive correction. Receive it if you didn't see or didn't know that you were going to make these type of decisions. You wasn't really aware. You did something too fast, not examine it. Okay, get the correction, eat that, and then grow from that. If you knew what you was doing, then that's even more importantly for you to eat that correction, grow from it, because you knew something was wrong. You knew something that you weren't supposed to be doing, and you did it anyway. So if you get the kickback from that, and here comes the correction, don't be upset because you knew what you was doing. And so a real netter is one that can be accountable for his actions. And you have to be able to grow from that. You're not going to go throughout this life thinking that you're just going to be able to do whatever you want to do. It's just not going to happen. You don't think that ain't going to be no consequence. Yeah, it's going to be some. So you got to remember, if you're doing something, take the correction and move forward. And don't do it again. Let's keep going. All right, so it says, I wrote, do not hate correction. It is the beginning of knowledge. Some say wisdom, right? And if you accept correction and apply it, wisdom will be gained. And it shall keep you from fault in committing the same actions against another. So that's what correction is for. When you first approach something and you made a mistake, it's foolish if you do it again. That means you ain't learned from the first time, meaning that you necessarily didn't care, right? You've become greedy. You become that spoiled, right? Meaning you decided to only think about yourself, only to think about your actions, and you didn't have that self-control. And that's important. So that's the purpose of correction. The correction is for you to make sure that you never do those things again, because look at the damage that it has caused. And that's important. And I want you to be able to keep that. Receive, take the instruction, stand up and be able to do that. Some even in my life, there was a lot of times where I ran away from correction. But then I realized as I was continuing to grow that you only really get past things if you take it on and you take your responsibility and you move forward. That's important, because that's the only way growth comes into play. You cannot say anything if you didn't receive the correction. So it's very imperative for you to be able to stand up, take accountability, and make sure that you don't make the same choices again, because you know the outcome of that. So don't be afraid of correction, son. It's important. It's monumental. The fault in every kind of character comes from not listening. I like this right here, Sal, because it's talking about all character, right? It says the fault in every kind of character, every kind, comes from not listening. That's it. Don't matter who you are. There was something one missed, and it can flow with any character. It's because they didn't listen. They didn't either hear the instructions, they didn't hear who the person that they talking to, who they dealing with, what's going on. They're not really listening. They're not using the very gifts that this cot has, dealing with the senses. They didn't utilize them. And so that's important. Let's keep going. So character, right? All character, right? It says all character. It's symbol marked or brand on the body, drawing use of sorcery. Graphic symbol standing for a sound or a syllable. A feature, a character, engraved, marked, symbol of an imprint on the soul. I like that part, that imprint on the soul, meaning like this is who they are, right? They have everyone got different characters, right? That's why I said any character or every character, right? So it don't matter. Whatever that may be, whatever people engraved right here on themselves to be, this is who I am, whoever that is. Any error that they find, any error that they commit, it was based off of not listening, because one cannot escape that. One cannot escape the interactions with other individuals. You definitely got to be effective at listening. You definitely got to be aware of who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, understanding your surroundings, understanding whatever you're engaging in. You must be able to, this listening, this ear, you must be able to see so you can act accordingly. So these things are important. It says, he said, I wrote this up. So, okay, so listen, it says, listening is beneficial to everyone, and it keeps one from committing much error. Listening broadens one's perspective and gives a better observation. And with that observation, one can make a choice that is aligned in ma'at. So this is why, once again, I'm reiterating that when you listen, you within your ku, and this is why I love that I always say, like, may my ku and may my ka be aligned, right? Because as I'm taking in information and processing it, my ka, which is me, that's within this ka, the genius self, right? This is the one that is within me, that I want them to be in a line. I want to be able to see and understand what I'm interacting with. And once I'm aware of that, the teachings of Ma'at starts to kick in on how I conduct myself, and I don't waver from that, right? Every action that I make, I want it to be in Ma'at. This present itself, I want to be in Ma'at. I'm gonna use this teaching of Ma'at for this issue. I'm gonna use it for this issue, but being in that ma'at will bring me no fault if I'm aware of everything that I am dealing with. Now that takes training, that takes time, and still to this day, I'm still in training with that as well. So it's very important to be an active listener. Don't be so quick to speak. That's why I like in the teachings of Amen Mope, it says, stop and think before speaking. The Natiru loves that. They honor that. They love that, to stop and think before you speak. And why do you think? You think because you need to be able to observe before you speak. You need to be able to listen, get everything in its entirety, and then dissect, and then make a decision, then speak, then say what you need to say. But if you're too quick to draw at the tongue, then you'll find yourself in a situation to where your character is not like whoever you deem to hold yourself to be. People not going to like that, because you're causing more isfat, more chaos, instead of productive building, right? To solve the problem, to be able to do what is right. And so that takes time. So that's why it's good to be able to be an active listener. Let's go. Okay, so it says, Tehuti, you may see Thoth, right? That's the Greek terminology, and we'll check out some classes that our Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra has taught on this too, and my great brother Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti, they taught on Thoth and why the Greeks and turned it into that. So anyway, this is why I'm saying Tehuti, because that's the original name, has placed the stick on earth in order to teach the fool by it. Let's understand this, right? So now look, we back to fool, right? Because what I like to see is that right here, ignorant person, that means you lack knowledge, right? Or sometimes a person is too silly or stupid, a madman, insane, an idiot. These are individuals who lack the knowledge but conduct themselves as if they have the knowledge. Too silly, care about nothing and just a complete clown. And so or they're a madman, not even just enraged, not caring about anything, completely out of their mind. They don't even care. This is why it says to who he has, that's a stick, because stick is what? That's your correction. Let's keep going. So discipline and punishment catches the attention of the ignorant, right? So when I was your age, like, I got I did something foolish, and my parents, they brought that punishment, right? And so being shocked by that, right here, like I wrote, it says it makes one consider their next decision based off the consequences from their previous actions, right? So when you are punished and there's some correction that's being brought in, to know that, hey, your actions brought much disapproval, and we're gonna have to deal with that. And I want you to deal with it in a way to where you never forget it, right? And so it makes you think. It makes you stop and think before you do something again. It makes you think about it. And man, do I really want the consequences to this? Like, do I really want to do I really want to feel what I felt, in the past? And those are the things that brings those are the things that you start to think. And then if you're wise, and if you are a good side, you will realize that guess what, that if you decide to say, hey, I know I didn't like that outcome of that previous thing, you know what, I'm gonna go this way. And if that and hopefully that way is in my aunt, you take that correction and you learn from it. Because the punishment that you get from me and your mut, some people out in the world won't be as merciful if you do it when you of age, right? We correct out of love. We correct for your well-being, not to be docile, but just for your well-being. That don't never cross a line that could bring you destruction. Even that in itself is anti-biological imperative, because you live in Ma'at. You're doing these that can cause your demise and your destruction, and guarantee the Natiru ain't going to have no favor for you if you decide to conduct yourself in the way of Isfat. because those who live in Ma'at will always prosper over you. So once again, like I wrote right here, it says it makes one consider their next decisions based off of the consequences from their previous actions. It transforms the thoughtless to the thoughtful. So the last mistake that you made, you weren't thinking all the way, right? You ain't really consider what you were doing. But now, since you know that could be your outcome, it makes you consider, you become thoughtful, right? You become like, hold on, wait a minute. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to bring correction. We want you to be guided in a way to where it is of the utmost importance that you conduct yourself in a way of Ma'at, in Ma'at. Let her be your foundation. All right, so here we go. It says, he gave the sense of shame to the wise man so as to escape all punishment. This is important because not all things must be in a punishment way. Shame, we'll get to that right now. We'll get to it. Okay, let's find out what shame is. All right, painful feeling of guilt or disgrace, confusion caused by shame, state of being disgraced, dishonored, insult, loss of esteem or reputation, shameful circumstances. What brings disgrace, modesty? It is to cover. Right here, sekim, almost so say skim, to cover. Covering oneself, being a common expression of shame, to be shamed. You know, people want to cover their head because they're ashamed, cover their face. You know, they don't want people to see you. You know, it brought shame, right? So it says punishment causes harm to the body, right? That's what we talked about the last one, right? That punishment, right? That stick that the great Nectar Tehuti has placed on earth, right? That's the punishment, right? But punishment causes harm to the body, right? Shame causes harm to the ba. That's right here, that soul, right? It's shame impacts the title of being wise. So if you consider yourself being wise, if shame comes upon you, it affects that title because people no longer will see you as wise because of the shame. But if one is truly wise, shame brings correction, in which the deed will never happen again. So I remember Mamut, and you would have really loved her. But she used to I got to a certain age to where them punishments they ain't do nothing, right? I'm getting big, she came, the harm don't really, but I did not like when I hurt my mother, when I brought shame to her, when she was disappointed, because technically that's the first woman that I love, right? She brought me into this realm. And first woman who I'm looking at as an example of a woman, and I just only want to make her happy, right? I want her proud of me. I want her excited for me, right? She's the feminine energy I want to impress, right? But if I brought tears to her eyes, and this shame or this embarrassment or anything that causes isfet from within her, that hurted more than the whoopings when I was a little guy. You know what I mean? The punishments, the yelling and all that stuff, you'll learn that sometimes, as guys, we kind of get used to that, all right? Like you get used to the yelling and it's like, yeah, but when you hurt, that's a different, when you hurt the women in your life, that's a different feeling from within. It's something that causes a real brokenness from within you, because you really love your mother, you really love your mother, and you don't really want to cause that disappointment or any woman that you value within your life, right? So those things are important. So shame, and this is why if you are truly wise, you don't need punishment. You don't need to be issued a penalty or harmed or whatever. You don't need any of those things, because the shame enough is worse than any physical. You rather take the physical discipline than the shame, because that's not part of your character. You made a decision that necessarily wasn't you, and you didn't think it through. You didn't consider the outcome of your actions. So you got to learn from them, and that's also where that accountability comes back in, right? So these things are important, and this is why I want you to be able to understand that if you do something that brings shame, learn from the shame, take it, embrace it, learn from it, and then never want that feeling again. So stay in ma'at, because ma'at doesn't bring forth this feeling, and that's always important. All right, it says, the youth who has respect through shame is not scorned with punishment. So this ties right back again, right? So the youth who has respect through shame, meaning that, all right, I take this in. I respect it. I did this. And usually when a parent that can really see, you know what I mean? Usually when you can tell, a parent can tell when their child knows that they like severely did something wrong, and they don't ever want to do that again, right? They never want that feeling. You can tell that they've learned their lesson, and you don't have to escalate the matter. And you can be able to say things, and that child learns from that. A parent knows the difference between the two, right? So it says penalty and or harm doesn't mean correction will follow, because there's some kids that they don't learn. They'll take the punishment. They'll take the penalty. It's just what it is, right? But sometimes, majority of times, you'll find those same exact kids grow up to, if they keep that same state of mind, they will reap the reward of that isfet behavior. But there are those who can handle pain or penalty and commit the same or worse actions, right? These same people that causes that chaos, right? Penalty and or harm doesn't mean correction will follow. There are those who can handle pain or penalty and commit the same or worse action that causes chaos. It is the result of no shame being present, right? Meaning that they're shameless. There's a fire that burned within them that is of rage, that is out of control, and ma'at is definitely not their foundation. They have lost all sense of the laws of interaction here in this realm. So they lost that. But shame makes the heart of the wise very heavy. And when your heart is heavy, man, you don't want to experience that again. When you truly understand shame, it's something that you never want to visit ever, because you know the effects of what that entitles. So if you consider yourself an honorable sa, an honorable and a sa of ma'at, if you do, and you consider yourself wanting and accepting, you can accept the journey of becoming a wise and great netter. If you ever have to experience shame, like I said, may you embrace that. May you keep that. And may it be a remembrance to you to never take that route, because then you can pass that on to your children as well. And that's important, right? So learn from it. Then after, peck them cool, and then move forward. That's what it's all about every day. Topeka Mku. Learn from the shame and move forward. So let's go. A son does not die from being punished by his Atef, which is his father. There's some importance to this. An Atef that loves his Sa will punish and correct him to save his Sa from fault, chaos, and death. Without correction, he can meet his demise because they don't learn from it, right? If there's no correction, you just let your child do whatever they want to do. How they supposed to learn? Because if you don't correct them, and Atef punishes with love, but those in the world might not be as merciful. There's some people out here in this world side that they don't care. There's one strike and you done, because you decided to conduct yourself in a way that wasn't in Ma'at. And this is why Ma'at is important. That's why I bring it up every single time, is because Ma'at is the foundation. It is the structure. No one can war with Ma'at. They'll fail every time. That's why Isfet don't exist here at the House of Aten. This is why I want to be a part of this. This is why I am doing this. Because I'd rather be in Ma'at, because I know what the Isfet look like. There's no structure there. And so this is important. If you get punished it's because you loved. If I don't care and I let you just be whatever you be, somebody gonna check you. And you better hope you're better than your adversary. Because if you think that you can conduct yourself in a manner that isn't of Ma'at, you can come up short real fast. You can be in the net to curve real fast. And so this is why I just want you to be able to understand this. This is important. Take that in. That's why I said embrace it. If you get in trouble and you get corrected, you get punished, it's because you loved. And even that's done in love, even that's done in honor, even that's done in my heart. That's why it says the son will not see death being punished by his Atef. I want to read that accurately. Let's say that a son does not die from being punished by his Atef. Remember that. Let's go. Let's keep moving. He who loves his spoiled son will spoil himself with him. There's that part, right? I'll tell you about, right? If I let you be, if I just let you be and let you just be this this tyrant, this walking Isfet, there's plenty of them out there. Well, I don't want to bring you up to be part of that. Those things, people who are like that, that's a waste of life. You kept a Ra into this realm. You've here been granted the opportunity to see another life, to be able to correct and seek Ma'at. This is important, right? So he who loves his spoiled son will spoil himself with him. Let's look at spoiled, right? Overindulged once again, right? Because we read that in the previous one, right? Overindulged, excessive, impaired, defective. That's we can't be spoiled around here. This is important right here. An overindulged Sa with no self-control cannot honor his Atef. You know, like, you remember that honor? Remember the first one we talked about, the monument, the unformed statue, just rock, right? If you spoil, you ain't gonna how you gonna sustain in the remembrance of me? Because you will only think about yourself. It will only be about you. You ain't gonna think about me, because I loved who you were. And if I love and nurture that spoiledness, I cut myself off. There is no remembrance of me if I do that, right? I cut my own self off. So it's best that I instruct and bring you up in a way to where you not spoiled. You don't just think about yourself. And I want you to see the honor and the energy that you will receive if you don't live in that type of frequency. That's how you honor. That's how you sustain. We trying to keep you from fault, right? Keep you from shame. Keep you from blame. Keep you from your Ren stinking. It's very important. The Tef that loves the spoiled side destroys his own Ren and is quickly forgotten. So I'm not only just my love for you is not just about you thriving as well. You are the work of me and your mut. Every person you see is the workings of their parents, right? And even those who did not even have them, who were even somebody influenced them. So even them, that is their working as well. And there's some people who didn't have nobody. They just kind of just brought up in here, and sometimes those are the greatest people because they learn, and then when they have their own, they make sure that they children don't go through that. So we are working of somebody, right? Someone who's influenced us, who impacted our lives, who brought us up, who raised us up, and made us who we are. That is the work. You are the project in a way, right? And I use that term just as an example. The generations that we bring into this world, that is our contribution to this world. So that's why here we trying to form the Tiru. Netters and the Turks, we trying to bring them forth. We know what the other life look like, right? We know what the just raising up on television look like, raising up on the tablet, raising up with no interaction, raising up with just zeroness. Don't even care, just be whatever that is, because I'm not structured, and so you got to learn on your own, just like I had to learn on my own, things of that nature. That state of mind, we know what that look like. And we got some parents that did the best that they can, but we trying to stand here and be that next level, right? So this is why it is of importance that I'm talking to you, and I'm telling you that I want you to be brought into this realm, knowing these instructions, knowing the teachers, understanding who your ancestors is, so you don't have to go down that long road I have to go down, but we here. Right? I want you to come into this realm knowing who your ancestors are, who your Pa'u is, and why you are here. This is all the work that even if unknowingly my parents have done, and they parents, and so on and so forth. It don't even matter. I'm here now though, because there's something inside of me. There's something that is inside of me that is on this seek, this seek to examine, to be able to find out, how can I make this better? How can I make me better? And once I found that, I want you to have that head start spiritually. It's no different between a parent that they want the best for their children and make sure they don't grow up struggling and all that things. It's just like that. But I want that for you. But I want your Eve to be clean. I want you to peka em cool. I want you to be able to come in here, not only not struggling financially, and I want you to be sustained, but spiritually know who you are. That's everything. You'll be able to be whoever. You'll be able to be that you need to be. And that's how you change. That's how you create a connective consciousness. Your cool. I don't really like to say bloodline anymore. I just say your cool line. I just said it right now. I just thought about that right now. But anyway, I want you to create that consciousness, because that's what our Pa'u did. They created they had a whole this whole wonderful landmass of just people who are operating in Ma'at. Completely different than what you were born in. And I want you to be able to do that for your next children that come forth as conscious light. Let's keep moving. The stick and shame protect their owner from the fiend. Let's dive into this one. All right, so what's a fiend, right? That's an enemy, a foe, an adversary. To hate, hostile, hating, enemy. To hurt, right? Scorch, excuse me. Name of a skin disease, that's interesting. Disaster, sorrow, misery. To blame, right? The fiend, your adversary. Through punishment and shame, which brings correction, like we talked in the past, right? Keeps one from falling into the traps of the enemy, right? This is, like I said, this is the reason why we bring it forth correction. This is the reason why you are loved. This is the reason why you are being corrected. It's to keep you from the traps of your adversary, of the fiend, right? It keeps one from disaster and sorrow. It is instruction and correction that helps one see the workings of the adversary, right? So if I lack instruction, correction, punishment, shame, to correct you, to bring you back, to bring you to what you need to put you on the path of Ma'at. If I lack that, you'll fall into all Isfet ways, all the traps right now that your adversaries got out there for you. You will fall into them, and the only reason why you fall into them, because guess what? Your Ma'aheru is not being used. Your observation. Because if you have the observation, you'll be able to see correction. You'll be able to understand correction, which you'll be able to flourish and move forward. But if you hate the correction and you decide to rebel against the correction, guess what? You're not even open for correction in order to make the situation better. So you'll go out with your own way of thinking that you're right, being completely stubborn within your ways, and then you'll go out and guess what? Because you wasn't using your Ma'aheru before, so you dang sure not going to use it, because you decided that has brought you that has gave you this sense of this sense of authority in a way. So you decide to say, I'm gonna go do my own thing, and I'm gonna do my own thing based off of my state of mind that I had, because I didn't want correction. So I figure it's this way. This way is better. This way is the right way, and I don't care what anybody say. So you go out to that realm, and guess what? When you head outside, what you think you're gonna experience? Because you operating out of Isfet. You closed. You got that bridge in between you, right? When we showed the finger, you got that bridge between you. So you can't see. You blind. Easy to fall into the traps. And you just be another statistic. Done. And that's what we're trying to keep you away from. Want you to be able to observe, to see. I want you to understand me just as much as I understand you. I want you to understand your mut just as much as she understands you. I want you to understand your siblings just as much as they understand you. And I want it all to be in Ma'at. And I want you to take that vision, use your Ma'aheru, Peka Mku, and I want you to go out into the world and just observe. Be able to see those tricks, things that are anti-biological imperative, that causes destruction to you. Because everything that we correct you in, guess what? That is for your biological imperative. Never forget that, sir. Let's move forward. All right. It says the son who is not taught his blank, and this is where, a lot of our Paus, Sabaites, there was a lot of damages done to those to the instructions. So there's a missing part to this. So it says the son who is not taught his blank causes astonishment, right? The heart of his father does not desire a long life for him. Let's go. So what is astonish, right? That means to stun, to strike, senseless, right? To daze, to astound, to thunder, to leave someone thunderstruck, to amaze, shock with wonder. You know, just like there's a lot of people who have committed horrendous things. And it's interesting because then when they go to their parents, because they've done such an astonishing thing, right? The parents are amazed. They're speechless. I didn't raise him up like that. They wasn't brought up like that. They're baffled, right? Because they've gone off and did something that is that their punishment is worthy of death, to not even live, because they've done things to other people that is unspeakable. The missing part of this instruction could be deeds, right? Could be actions. If so, a saw without instruction / knowledge causes shock, shame, and makes his atef speechless due to his evil deeds. It shows that even if one wasn't taught such ways, the saw being unlearned can be left open to the influence of the outside world, right? This Isfat matrix, to commit an action that causes an astonishment. Due to such an action, even the Atef wishes a short life for his own Sa, whose actions should be rewarded with destruction, because they've caused destruction. It brings so much shame, worse than shame. It brings a negative look upon. That's the first thing they go to. Some teenager did something crazy, horrendous. The reporter's going up to the house like, "Oh my God, we want to know when." And you think let's just say the parents is innocent to this, right? Let's just say they just, in a way, you know, they really didn't know nothing about it, a kid, whatever, right? Let's just paint this picture, right? Do you know the shame, Sa, that what that brings upon a family? You know how can you imagine the pain and the destruction that the child has caused to other families? Can you imagine how those families feel about their parents? Because that's who their responsibility is, right? To correct, to give instruction, to take care of, to teach them the difference between Ma'at and Isfat. You see why these instructions are important? This is why I spend the time to do this. This is why I want to strive to continue to be better, so I can be better for you and your siblings and your mut. This is the reason why. It's not really to worry about what others will think. It's just the fact of I want you to conduct yourself in my eye. Be the actual example of divinity. Be an example of the Natiru. Be an example saying, yo, this is my ancestors. I'm a walking example in it. That's what you want to be. You want to be that. You want to be the advertisement for your ancestors, your Pa'u. And only knowledge and instruction and wisdom and correction, and these things are what fashion one to be honorable, to be that. Be your living Pa'u. That's why we say the Natiru exist, because they do. And that's who I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. You must rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rises and shine forevermore in Ma'at, right? So that's important. This is where correction comes in. So love that, harness that, take that as a learning step, and you continue to move forward. Master yourself. Let's move forward. Come on. The sensible one among the children is worthy of life. Sensible, right? The sensible one among the children is worthy of life. Let's see what sensible means. Capable of sensation or feeling, right? Almost like empathy, right? Capable of being sensed or felt, perceptible to the senses, perceptible to the mind, easily understood, logical, reasonable, right? Having feeling, perceptible by the senses, to perceive, to perceive, to feel. That's why to perceive, to perceive. That's why I keep talking about the Ma'aheru, right? To observation, be able to scan, be able to look, be able to understand, be able to see. I'm gonna learn what uncle is, but your uncle Ani Ptah Tehuti, he say, Ma'at is the owl of sight. What's dark to you is light to me. I talk about perceive all the time because you must have observation of those, the ones that cannot see in the dark is the ones that, guess what? That they in the Isfet. They refuse to see. You must be able to observe. You must be able to use every gift that your Kat has. You must be able to use it. Everything must be aligned. Your Ka, your Ba, your Kat, your Ku, your Wajid, your Sekau, your Eve, your gut, your Henu. Everything must be in alignment. Everything, all of everything that you come with, all your capabilities must be aligned in Ma'at, and you must be able to see. You must be able to observe. You must be able to utilize these things that you have, these powers that you have, and you must be able to be the sensible one, right? That is what brings logical, and you be reasonable, and you understand that you conduct yourself in a way that you would want to be treated, right? When you want to be treated in Ma'at, I would want that if you walking in Ma'at, you surround yourself with people who are in Ma'at. That's why here we ain't surrounded by people that is fat. We don't argue on here. We don't downplay nobody on here. We just love. Hotep Meri, right? Peace and love. That's why we stay in that. And I want you to remember that to be the sensible child is worthy of life. Okay, the child that has empathy, who thinks logical, and who can perceive is worthy of life. A child with these traits is thoughtful of others, right? It is the type of being who the people need and favor. So a netter, if you're going to strive to be a netter, then you have to understand, being a netter, you have to take care of others. You are in a position to where you are taking care of others. You must be thoughtful. You must be able to be logical. You must be able to perceive. You must be able to understand who and what you are dealing with, and you must act accordingly to Ma'at. That is important. You can't be a leader. You can't be a teacher if you're not striving to be an example of what you say. That's why it says the utmost of importance on how I conduct myself, right? Because I'm sitting here telling you, right? All the things that I've learned, I'm sitting telling you, and I have to continue daily in that and not be wavering, right? That's why my odd is firm. It's a firm foundation. Stand firm. My dejed strong, right? I have to stand on my odd. It's important. As I continue to take every single challenge, everything that I do, I must be able to do it. And this is why I'm creating this for you. This is the reason why that this is here. Because really you never know when you got to go to the next occur, right? So it's very important to always invest into your future, invest into your seed, invest into, you just never know. I would rather watch this presentation with you, but if I ever have to traverse to the next occur, guess what? I left this here for you. That is the trait of being netter. Take care of those who you love, who you are accountable and responsible for. But you must have observation for that. You must have empathy. You must be logical. You must be understanding that it's more than just you. So keep that style. Okay, better the son of another than a son who is an accursed fool. You know, things. We'll get into this right now. Because I'm gonna show you the importance of this right here, because this right here could be a little tricky, right? Better the son of another than a son who is an accursed fool. So let's look at accursed, right? So being under a curse, it means being under a curse. Pronounce a curse upon, excommunicate, to curse, the weakened sense of worthy of a curse, damnable. So to be cursed, right? To be under a curse. The accursed fool, he's cursed with foolishness. The importance of good character and responsibility. This is what this is about. The importance of character and responsibility. Actions can impact a family's reputation, right? And a Teth would rather his Sa be wise and virtuous rather than being foolish, which brings forth dishonor. And so this is why it says that it's better a son of another, if he's honorable and he's good, than one's own son who is an accursed fool. So if a man takes on a woman who already has a son and he's good and he's sensible, and the son that you and your Natur has bared, and he is accursed and he's an accursed fool and he caused much shame and destruction, best believe the Atef would be more drawn close to the son that really wasn't of his, because of what he stands for in good character and responsibility, virtuous, right? This is the importance of this. This is the whole reason, once again, why I'm doing what I'm doing and why this has all been created, is to completely bring to the table for you to be able to understand that good character and responsibility, to be virtuous, to be walking in my eye, to be firm in my eye, to be able to act accordingly to what is right, that what favors the Natiru, it is important for you to be that way. That is a characteristic. It has nothing to do with you as just a physical being, but it's what's in the Ku, what's in the Ebe, what has been downloaded within there. Who do you choose? Do you choose the Isfet or do you choose Ma'at? Do you choose the Natiru or do you choose the Fiends? Are you with the Natiru or are you with the Pep? Which one? Because the one that chooses Ma'at, an Atef would never go wrong with wanting to be loved, and because that's who's going to keep the Ku going. That's going to keep the Ku line going. That's where the honor comes from. When someone honors a man, they're honoring the father. They're honoring the Atef. They're honoring the Mut. Man, you were raised up like, man, I want to talk to your parents. Man, you are very honorable. I really want to sit and tell them they did a great job. So that is important. Rather you be of Ma'at than be a cursed fool any day. All right. It says, there is he who has not been taught. I like this one. This is a really good one. There is he who has not been taught, yet he knows how to instruct another. Let's go into this. Instruct, right? We have teach and instruct, very similar, right? To show, to point out, to declare, to demonstrate, to give instruction, to train, to assign, to direct, to warn, right? To show. The dike. Our Saba Tehuti went over that about the great Neter Tehuti, right? He is the dike, the beak, the finger. He is the creator of the dictionary. I'll show you classes in that. Wonderful breakdown. To show, to point out, right? To sign, to mark. Let's look at instruct, to tell, to inform, to impart knowledge or information, also to furnish with authoritative direction, right? To arrange, to prepare, to set in order, to teach, literally, to build, to erect, to pile, to build, to spread. Okay, I wasn't taught or brought up with these instructions, so, but I wish I had been. But now learning these instructions, I understand the importance of them. It gives me the very energy to create this presentation for you, to give you the opportunity to come into this realm, introduced to the teachings of the Natiru. These things are very important, so I was not brought up into this. And now being on this journey for this long and finally finding Saba and the house of Aten, like finally coming and all this searching and digging and looking for the origin of truth, and I'm here and I'm understanding the importance of what it looks like not to have it. Imagine having it and you really imbuing yourself into the teachings. Imagine to come into this world and your Atef and your Mut is ready to give you that instruction. You don't even have to go out and go find it. You still have to live your life, right? You still have to be able to imbue with the teachings, right? But what I'm saying is that me and your Mut don't have to introduce something to you that is false or has been stolen from the source and been created and give you this falsehood, and then you got to purr through that, and hopefully you crawl through the swamp of that, and then you start your journey. It's saving that time, and that's what I want you. That's why this is being done. That's why I want to be able to give you this. I don't want to call it a head start, right? It's just the original way. This is how it's supposed to be. And this is why it's of the utmost importance for this Hekau that me and your great Nephilim Mut is doing. This is why this is being spoken. This is why the energy is and the time is put into it. It says, there is he who knows instruction, yet does not know how to live by it. This is this is severe. This is very severe right here, right? Because even when I read this, even that's impacted me too, right? Because there is he who knows the instruction, yet does not know how to live by it. And just because you are introduced to this, don't mean you know how to live by it. Right? Let's continue to go in. Now, this instruction is of the utmost importance because it's one thing to be introduced to the teachings, but it's another level to live by them. That's where we all come into play. Your family, right? Even all of your family here at the House of Aten. We must be an imbuement with the teachings. It must be our way of life. As we learn the instructions, we must apply them into our daily lives. Reading and talking about them isn't enough. I want you to not only read it, but see it. I want you to be able to see it in this house. I want you to be able to that you're walking around here growing up. I want you to be able to see it. See Ma'at working within your family. Not just us just talking about things, right? Because you become, I want you to not only read it, but to see it, because you become your surroundings. It will be the core source that energizes you to become who you are trying to become. So even if people are coming from a disastrous upbringing and they seek to be better, and they're like seeking the material, understand that has been the fuel, that they never want to go back to that. And if those who are brought up in Ma'at and brought up in it, they want to make sure that they keep that in their family and continue to flourish even further with it. So what you're being brought up in will always be the core source of some type of fuel, whether good or bad. It's the dual side of things, right? So you must remember that's what we try to do. We must be that collectiveness. We must be that sight for you, not just only read and talk about it, because you're gonna see a lot of people online. They talk about the teachings, right? They talk about Egyptians are black, like Saba say. There's people out there who are in the studies but not applying it. No discipline, no structure, no nothing. They don't know how to live by it. There's no discipline. And that's what our great Saba Tehuti Amunhotep Ra is teaching us. He's trying to teach us to be disciplined in it, to be an imbuement with it, to be an imbuement, to live it, to be submerged in it, to be the walking example of it. And that's what I'm working on, just as much as I want you to work on. All right, we got a couple more. He is not a true son who accepts instruction so as to be taught. Now, it took me some time to sit with this one, right? Because I drew a question mark because at first I really didn't understand it, right? It says he is not a true son, a true sa, who accepts instruction so as to be taught. Don't just take instruction passively without critically thinking, right? It's instruction must, when I'm talking to you about this, like I said earlier in the beginning, I want you to be able to critically think. I wanted to spark questions. May the teaching spark questions in you. May you process the teachings so you can imbue yourself in them. May you hunger and seek knowledge and wisdom. May you deeply aim to internalize the teachings, challenging all assumptions. So I don't just want you to passively just take the instructions. Oh, okay, whatever you say, Dad, I'm gonna just follow. No, I wanted to make you grow. I want you to seek wisdom. I don't just want you to do it because I tell you to do it. I want you to want to find out and know and really imbue yourself with who your ancestors are. It's important. It's just not something that you just accept because and you have no energy. You have no your Kai is not energized to do it. Your Eve is not in it. I want you to be able to spark questions. I want you to critically think about it. I want you to challenge all the assumptions and people who assume and saying this and they just talking off the top of their head. And I want you to challenge all those things and to really seek truth, not just passively do it. It's important to have meaning in your life. You're not here for no reason. You not coming in from your great Neframut and this cool line for no reason. You have been fashioned by the great Neter Ptah for a reason, and may that energy, may that fire, may that burn within you. May you flourish and may you be accepted and granted provisions by the great Neter Asar, ruler of the Neter Kern and immortality. May you be the great Neter. Okay, this is the last one right here. It says, it is the Neteru who gives the heart, gives the Sa, and gives the good character. Once again, It is the Natiru who gives the heart, which is the Ib, gives the Sa, and gives the good character. So you are being fashioned. You are being created. This is a gift. May the Natiru fashion your Ib to seek them forevermore. May your Ib be the Ib of Ma'at. May the Neter Ptah fashion you into the great Sa. By giving honor, I've given you the name of the great Neter Ptah, who has formed you in the womb of your Neframut. May your character be formed in Ma'at. May you become a great Neter you are destined to be. Hotep.
Better keep teaching like this. You.
Peace. Can you hear me, good brother?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
What's up, good brother? Let me just give you adoration first. First, let me just say thank you. Let me say thank you for that, great brother, because that's absolutely necessary. And the reason why I'm thanking you is because, that's my Ren. It's a TEF. And the importance of that Ren and the what's the word I'm looking for? The scope of that, or the true meaning of that was not really known to me consciously. So I'm thanking you as a father, because it was in my subconscious, it was in my Eve, and that's the way that I believe Saba identifies who you are. When your Ren when you have your Ren ceremony, it's just this is a speculation. I'm not at liberty to truly understand the way our great Saba, interprets things and does what he does. But for myself, that name, that Ren definitely fits me. And like I said, it was in my subconscious, it was in my heart. It wasn't on me consciously, right? And the reason why I say that is because for the same reason why I'm thanking you. And the reason why I'm thanking you is because my Tef never had that conversation with me. I crack jokes to people when they say, you don't have no team, you don't watch no football or basketball. And I'm like, no, I say my father never threw me the ball. You know what I'm saying? And they like, but you watch boxing and fighting. I say, yeah, because me and my mother used to watch boxing. We would watch boxing. I would watch boxing with my mom. My mom taught me the things that I needed to know growing up, my move. So I'm thanking you, brother, first and foremost. I'm thanking you as a father, as an Atef, because these types of conversations and this type of information is so very necessary. Even for myself, like I said, I have to use myself as an example to just, recognize that how beautiful this was, and where I would be had my father had these types of conversations with me, had he given me the instructions, But being in this matrix, I don't fault him for that, because that's where he was at. You understand? But so for me, it was very important for me to, break the cycle. When it came to my my children. You know, so I'm thanking you first before I even touch on your on your beautiful presentation, brother. I have to thank you as a father to father. You know, I thank you for this. And you know, I'm so very grateful for people like you. So very grateful for all you brothers on the panel. So very grateful for this energy. Because it does I don't want to say it gives me hope, but it allows me to see that Ma'at is real. You know, that Mary is real. The great brother Minkur Ra Mary Ma'at, that love, that real love is real, you know, and it's a never thing, and it exists, and the Natiru exists. We exist, you know. I have to give you that adoration first. I'm just grateful for you. I was a little emotional as you was going through the instructions, you know, just looking back at my past and the things that I went through, and some of the stumbling, some of the challenges that I faced without the wisdom, without that guidance of my father, you know, without the guidance of the netter, you know, me not even knowing what that was, but still being guided by my heart, being guided by my coup, you know. I'm here, you know, so I'm grateful for that. It's just very important that this type of information is shared with our children, because, you know, our children are the future. You know, I have beautiful Nefa daughters, and I tell them, you know, that as you go through this life, that people are going to be more in tune with your symmetricals than your intellectuals. You know, they're going to be you know, they're going to be after the wrong things because they don't have the guidance. You know, it's very natural. It's very natural to build a family and to be intimate with you know, with the opposite you know, sex, whatever they call it, you know. But it's a way to do it. It's a way to go about it. It's a way to live. It's a way to behave, you know. And this, what you just gave, good brother, was fantastic. It was phenomenal. When you first started out, I was initially reminded of, you know, the song. I think it's Tupac, "Letter to My Unborn." But this is totally different. It doesn't, that song was a great song, but this is totally different. I can't compare it. You know, I can't compare the instructions of the Natiru to you know, to what that brother put out. I understand the point of him wanting to do that and doing it, but it's absolutely no comparison, brother. So for you, I have to give adoration. And that's what I was saying yesterday to Saba. You know, when we look at these other channels and we see what's going on with what they're not doing anything for the family, but arguing. We already know how to argue. We already know how to cause isfet and destruction. We're born learning that, you know, because we're born into this isfet matrix. It's upside down. I was just as you was talking to me, and I say talking to me, brother, my mate was sitting on the side and we was watching your class and we was discussing, you know, the fluoride and just some of the stuff that we learned, and it's everywhere. It is absolutely everywhere, and we have to take the steps necessary to break ourselves out this matrix and break our family out this matrix. So I applaud you, brother, and I applaud your family, your mate especially, because that's most of the battle for me. That's most of the battle, is getting your mate on your side. And it's not even getting her on your side, it's getting her on the side of Ma'at, because, you know, like I said, it's so many lies out there, so much false information and lies, that to have, you know, a mate and a partner that truly understands the truth and respects it and appreciates it, it makes it that much easier to push forward. So Hinu to you, great brother. Hinu to this teachings. Hinu to Henu to Ptah, or Sekhmet, if it's a boy or a girl, Henu to your beautiful Nepha family, Henu to your Nepha mate, Henu to all of the families that's a part of the house of Aten, because that's the difference. That's what separates us from them, the real from the fake. And that's the thing about the real, is the real don't have to compete with the fake. So it's no comparison, it's no competition on what we're doing and what they're doing. We're like, just like Saba is not even in the conversation with everybody else, with the clowns, because when you entertain the clowns, you become part of the circus. So, it's no competition with what we're doing over here, because we're building families, and you see it. You see it in real time. You see the families that's being built brick by brick, the structure, real families, not that stuff they had going on, on them other places. And, and you see it, the ISFET, I couldn't even like look at it. I wasn't even trying to pay attention to it, because it's like, it's so much that we got to learn, man. It's so much that we got to learn. And it's so far that we have to go. I feel like it's so much work for us, so to have you up here as a father, and sharing this message with us is absolutely beautiful, brother. It's absolutely beautiful to see it. And that's another way that I know that that what Saba is giving us and what he's producing, with what he's doing with us, with what you're doing, what he's producing and what you're doing, what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like, that's the evidence, how they say the proof is in the pudding. You know what I mean? You can't fake this, brother. This can't be fake. When your mate gets up on the panel and she talks and you're not there, or she's not there and you're on the panel and you're talking and you're representing each other, that can't be fake. It's fact. We're on the panel for hours and hours and hours, and we're building, and it's all positive. And people ask me all the time, how you sit there? When I show them, they be like 8 hours, 9 hours. But you'll sit and binge watch foolishness, but for way longer. You'll sit and binge watch whatever. I don't even know the shows now. You'll sit and watch, you know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say it. BS, just absolute isfet. And it's like, that's what I had said to myself. Once upon a time, I was like, man, I want to educate myself instead of entertaining myself, and there's nothing wrong with, entertaining yourself. Find that balance. I can't tell you what to do, but when you really truly look around and see how far behind we are, because we was talking about, me and my mate was talking about the fluoride, and we're like, okay, it's not in toothpaste, it's in the water. How do you get it out of the water? You need the filter system. The regular little filter that they have on the refrigerator, that don't really filter the fluoride. It doesn't filter the fluoride. You have to get the whole pump that hook up to your house, and it's a whole system. And then I'm like, and then it's in the air. It's in the crops, the Monsantos, the Roundup. It's like, it's everywhere. And we fighting and arguing instead of building. And I told her, and I could see the look on her face, right? Because this matrix is kind of scary, when you I don't even give her everything. Like, I have to like give her little bits and pieces of it, because it is enough to lose hope, and to if you're not if your foundation isn't 100%, it's very easy to see certain things and to become aware of certain things, and then to lose hope, so I don't, I give it to her, little by little, with same thing with my family, because it's a process. And again, I'm just grateful, brother. I'm grateful for what you presented up here and what you did and how brave that is. I salute you for that, brother. I salute you, because just looking at myself, my own father wasn't that brave. He never gave me nothing like that. No type of conversation, nothing to that, absolutely nothing, nowhere close to it. Nor did I have any male figure in my family to even give me anything remotely close to those instructions that you just gave to us, that you shared with your beautiful, unborn son. And this is what we have to do. We have to do these little things to break ourselves out the matrix. And so I was telling my mate, I said, I could see it on her face, like she was like, whoa. And I said, look what he's doing. Look what he's saying. Look what he's sharing. I said, there's hope out there. You know what I mean? I said, look, we're getting wiser. We're learning. And to get ourselves out of this matrix it's a process. It's not going to happen overnight. We have to do it and take the steps necessary, but we have to be accountable. And that's one of the things that I appreciate about your presentation, brother. It talks about accountability, us being accountable as fathers, taking responsibility and doing what we need to do as men, right? Because that takes a lot of courage. And I'm saying that you're more courageous than I ever seen my father be. And I seen my father and I said, hey, listen, he knew to you, great brother, because, that's not easy for a child to see the things that I saw. And then as a man, to be a man and salute another man, to salute a netter, right? And give adoration to you for standing up for your family, for your brothers, for your children, for your people. Brother, salute to you, brother. I'll keep talking and just go on and on and on and give you Hinu. But just, man, that was great, brother. And salute to you, great brother. I'm gonna let Minku talk. I'll come back around, brother. But yeah, man, salute to you, brother. I appreciate you. I love you. Salute to your family. Salute to your mate. And keep going, brother. And keep dropping us that Nefa wisdom, brother.
To a great brother. Definitely love you more. I appreciate those wonderful tones. And Tua, man, just yeah. definitely took some energy to do this. To definitely step out and be firm on the Hekaud, be firm on the teachings of our Pau. So right now, I'm telling you, we just in the magic right now, brother. So Tua to you, great brother.
Nini Uk, brother, thank you for allowing us to be a part of your ritual, brother. Tua.
Peace, Hotel Henu. This was definitely very powerful. So Tua, for your guidance, your preparation, your leadership, and for modeling greatness. It's a beautiful thing what I'm learning, and what you have just modeled for us is most of us don't prepare and save and give something for the next generations. Our people have not practiced that in a substantial way. And so it's very beautiful to see you give this inheritance to your Sa. And when you come into, I just picture and imagine what it's like for someone who's had, pretty much nothing, and to come into a royal family. And so what I feel like I just witnessed, because now we have a foundation in Ma'at, and it's worth so much. So it's a beautiful thing to see your growth and your preparation, and for you to have something substantial that you can pass on to your Sa. Like, it's very rare. It's a rare thing. Like, my father didn't leave me anything. And so, like, a lot of what Atef is saying is very true. A lot of us don't get to witness and experience these kind of things. So I'll tell a short story. So I've been doing community work for a long time because I know it's important for our future generations to have people that care about them in the communities that don't have fathers in their lives. And so I did community work for a really long time, like 20 years. And so I'm coming up on, you know, a longer stint. But at one point I took a break, and I took a break, and I think I was in college, and, you know, I was working a job, and then a colleague of mine who was a director of community center saw me at a job that I had, and she was like, "What are you doing here?" And she was so shocked to see me not doing community work, because I needed a break. I took a break. And it was really powerful how she addressed me. She actually said, "I have a job for you." She was the director of community center. She said, "I have a job for you." She was like, "I want to see you doing what you're best at." And around the same time, I had this encounter with her, and us crossing roads was around the time when Trayvon Martin got unalived. And that was a sign that I needed to get back in position so I could do the work is necessary that our kids need, because so many of, you know, our descendants, the descendants from Tamari, don't have what you just gave. So this is definitely a testament to the Netaru, our ancestors, and the teachings of our master teacher, Saba Tehuti, and to the house of Aten. I could feel the love. I could feel everything, the message that you want to convey to your son. So Hinu and Hotep, to you for all that you're doing, for being an example. Until we have a foundation, we cannot build anything substantial. Ma'at is the foundation. Now we don't have any more excuses. We have an inheritance that we can give to our kids. We have an example of how to be great and the path that we should walk on. So we need to practice passing on an inheritance to the next generation. So to you, great brother, for what you just did. That was very, very meaningful, very unique. We need more brothers like you, more brothers like all the brothers on the panel, more brothers like our master teacher, Saba Tehuti. This is the love that they tried to beat out of us through slavery. This is the love that they tried to beat out of us by creating white supremacy, the Matrix, and ISFAT, but it did not succeed. And we're still here. So to you, great brother, for modeling greatness for us. Hotep Hinu.
To a great brother, Menku, Ara, Mary Ma'at. I appreciate you, great brother. Yes, you're absolutely correct. You know, putting forth that hekau into the future. Definitely investing. This is something that can definitely be on the internet forever. Our great Sa can just say like, yep, that was for me before I was even born. And just give a foundation, because I definitely want to be better than who I am today. It's just imperative to me to show all of our children that you know, there's a process to this, and that look where we started, and then, you know, in the future you can be like, look where we at now. So this is all training. This is all showing and practicing and showing that what discipline is and what commitment is, and building something with like-minded beings. and continue to put into action exactly what we know is true. We don't gotta. We beyond belief. We know it's true, and we live in it. So, to you, great brother.
All right, Henu, great brother. Tua, absolutely never what you just did. I'll be quick, as I don't have much power, but I was able to stick through the class and take in what you gave. And it's very powerful. Of course, I love how you take the Seba'it and you dissect it. And this is a very important method to utilize for the guidance that has been left for us, and to be able to teach it from your time and from your experience that you've had and coming into Ma'at, and to be able to teach it to the youth is a beautiful, very powerful thing that is taking place. So Henu, for the time and the energy that you put into putting together this presentation, for the young one to come through, and allowing all of us to also receive the benefit of it. And this is something that many of the children can be guided to directly for the purposes that you created it. So Tua, for doing this for the community, because you didn't have to. This is something that you could have kept private to yourself. So Henu, for that, we truly appreciate you and all that you're doing, and just your consistency as well, leading by example, which is one of the most Sekim actions that I love to give adoration for. So Tua and Henu, great brother, for that. And I'm excited for all of the tones that's being pushed through the womb of your Kemet. And we know through many of the teachings and the sciences that we learn from the Medunetter, that science today that is just now beginning to catch up with the power of vibration and frequency and how it creates and how it builds, and even going into the ancient writings of prior to material existence and sound and light vibration. And all of this is being planted within the consciousness of the young one that is being cultivated within the Het, within the Het of your Hemet. And it's just very powerful. I'm not sure, what the plan is for the delivery process, but we will need. There's going to be something special to take place, and definitely keep record, because I won't be surprised if he comes out speaking Medunetter. I'm telling you right now, it's going to be amazing. Have that glow. So Tua and Henu, great brother. Tua for doing this, great brother. Henu to you.
Peace. Appreciate you, great brother Ani. Yes, most definitely, man. Tua for those wonderful, beautiful tones. Tua for just staying on, great brother. Still being consistent and sticking it out with us on here, man. Even while you going through the power situation over there. Tua for that, man. I appreciate you for that wonderful power, and definitely appreciate the wonderful wonderful synchronicity, man, to be able to I just appreciate y'all just being in a line with me. And you know what I mean, the combating against, and I just appreciate all the love and tones for the healthy being that's coming forth. So I just appreciate y'all, and I'm grateful. So
Yes, Nika. Yeah, the dragons are out. the thunder voices are out. So it's a lot of energy flowing. So yes, Henu. Yes, I see Nefertati wants to join the panel. So I'll post a link, but I will go ahead and go through the support. Let me go through the support before my Wi-Fi kicks off. And we definitely want to show adoration to everyone who supported this very powerful class. Again, the links are posted to the top of the chat for everyone who are watching on the playback. And for those who may be coming in later. And here are the links, houseofaten.org, Cash App, and PayPal. And if you do not have those two sources, you can just go to houseofaten.org, go to donate, and you can donate that way as well. So again, Hinu and Tua to all the great Meru, all the great supporters, all the great Kuru, Tua for being here and just supporting such powerful and never presentations and classes and teachings and life guidance. So Tua for that. All right, let me share the screen. Nefertati, I posted the link there for you to join, or anyone, if anyone would like to join and share your Eeb. Okay, so first we'll start with the great brother Oxafek, who sends in 2072 for Tua PT9 Henu or Sin or Atef.
it's not
showing on me. It's real small. Let me see if I can make it.
There we go. Okay, yes, to our great brother Oxafek for supporting the way that you do and being a part of all of the classes. Great brother, so Tua and Henu, truly appreciate you for that. And he also sent in support for last week's class here, 2072 for Tua Aten Tehuti 6924 Seba'it. Yes, Hinu to this great brother who leads by example in every way, supporting the House of Aten, letting himself be established as a very firm pillar here. To our great brother, yeah, you demonstrate what it means to lead by example in supporting that which you are a part of and that which you appreciate. So Hinu to you, great brother Oxafek. All right. Next, let me show Anu and Antu, the wonderful moderator and social media manager, two very important Kas in the House of Aten, who sent in $15 for Tua Hotep Marie Nefer touching class for your Sa. Tua and Henu, Anu and Antu, for being who you are, being as consistent as you are, and for everything that you do. It's very powerful to see your dynamic and to see the growth. And I'm looking forward to seeing the continued expansion. So Tuan Henu, Anu, and Atu. Okay. And next we have two from the great brother Nukpu. I know one came Monday. I'm not sure if I showed this last week or not, if it ran into that time. So I'm gonna go ahead and show it here. So I'm gonna show two. He sends in 333 for Hinu, Neter, Ua, Peshtet, powerful creation, Tua, Ma'at. As well as another 333 for Hinu, Dua, Neter, Ptah, powerful presentation, Ma'at. Yes, Hotep Henu to the great brother Nukpu. Appreciate you, and just all the consistency that you do as well. And you're always keeping the chat rooms alive and unk. So Tuan Henu for that, great brother, and always keeping the Medu Netter flowing for everyone to read. Tua. All right, and next we have the good brother Eric G. That's it, who sends in 2020 for the playbacks. Yes, Henu Eric G. Another great consistent brother, Tua, for your support and for appreciating all the classes and for being a representation again of supporting that which you appreciate. So we appreciate you, Eric G. All right, and next we have the very Nefer brother, Nito Campbell, who sends in $9 for peace, everyone. Yes, Tua Hotep, Henu, Nito Campbell, one of the most consistent brothers from the very beginning, has been supporting. So Tua, for all the work that you're putting in that no one sees, because to be consistent here, there definitely has to be Pekka Mku and consistent evolution in Ma'at for that to exist. So Tuan Hinu, great brother, for your consistency. Okay. And next we have a support that came in for last week's class. And it is Nicholas Vinsden, who sends in 1672 for scribal sesh and knowledge and opening up on Ptah. Tua great Sab Ani Ptah Aten Tehuti. Yes, Tua Henu Nicholas Vinsden. Appreciate you, great brother, and Tua for your consistency and supporting the teachings. The way that you do, I know you really appreciate the knowledge. So Tuan Hinu to you, great brother. All right, next we have Jay Kirkland, Nefer Netter Nature J, as he comes in when he's on the panel. 572 for Tua Primordial Thought 9, Nefer Teachings. Yes, Henu, Jay Kirkland, appreciate you, great brother. Very Nefer brother here, very pure. So Tuan Henu for your support. And yeah, I know we have a lot of powerful TEFs here within the House of Aten. So Tua and Henu to you, great brother, for this is another great family man. So Henu to you. And let me see. I think there's one more. Yes, there is. Oh, I see a blue light on the screen. Know who that is. All right, let's share this last support. And it is the wonderful Gabriela Lopez who sends in 1111 for Nefer class by the great Primordial Thaw 9 with a purple heart and blue heart.
You gotta keep teaching.
Nev Nefer Unk. Everything is beautiful in life.
Yes, absolutely. Tua to Gabriella. Tua for supporting House Aten, and of course for supporting our great brother Primordial Thought 9, being the Ka, being the two hands to raise up and keep his Djed firm. Tua and Henu for taking care of your het, your body, to be able to cultivate the young netter at the highest level. So Tua for all of the work that you're doing, and for all of the changes that are taking place, yet you still are here with us and taking in the information. So really appreciate you for that. So Tuan Henu. Okay. So yes, Tua to all the great supporters. We appreciate everyone. And let's welcome Nook Poo. We have Nefertatin on the panel, and we have Gabriela Lopez herself on the panel. So I think Nefertatin was first, so we'll start with you, Hotep.
We can't hear you, sister.
No, I don't think. Yeah, we can't hear you. See if she can get her mic settings correct.
A lot of buttons, right? I know. I know.
All right, Nook Poo, we'll go to you, great brother, Hotep.
Hotep, Natiru, Ma'at, great presentation. Netter Prime 9, that was powerful, very necessary. Thank you to your Netteret for holding your Djed up. Also your Sa and Saet, that keeping you in line to even do this presentation, to be the Atef that you are. Like I was saying in the chat, I was on point constantly the whole time while you were speaking, which I'm honored to even be able to tune into what you were saying. So it was powerful. Like it's very necessary for the public to hear this, because this would change lives, families, because this is as you were saying the whole time in the presentation, these are the foundation, the standards of what a true family and what life really is. So Tua and New to you for bringing this presentation. This was very, very powerful. It was not to say that it was basic, but it was for anyone to understand this. It's there's no excuse. No one can say that they don't, they don't relate to this, or that they don't understand what you were saying. Like you brought it to elementary level to all the way to a university level, like where it hits from bottom on up. So tour for this presentation was very powerful, very necessary, perfect day to do it. Like it was powerful, man. Like tour to your whole family, tour to everybody here. Doing the presentation, everybody paying attention. Like it's powerful. Tour and news Saba, it's all powerful. That's all I need to say. My Hotep too.
Peace. Appreciate you, great brother. It's always a pleasure to number one, see your Nefer words in the chat, and definitely showing up on the panel, great brother. So I appreciate you, man, and appreciate all the energy and the love and the tones that you gave right now. Henu, brother, I appreciate your consistency and your love that you show the House of Aten. I'm grateful for you, great brother. So too, I appreciate you.
In New York.
All right, Nefer Taten, let's do a mic check.
Peace. 1 2 1 2.
Peace. Yes, there we go. Hotep.
Hotep. Primordial Thought 9. This class, this was not a class. It really wasn't. It was Tua for your vulnerability. The Hekau and so much of what is done in Ma'at, yes, it's public, but there's things that we keep sacred, and your love of your family, your Aut, your Sa, Gabriella, your family all together, and just your coming forward in Ma'at is so great that you had to make this a public declaration to your Sa. And no participation was needed because it was a divine conversation being had, and just being able to feel that, receive that, and witness that in real time is very nefer. As a Sa, I may get emotional here, but as a daughter of an amazing Atef myself that is no longer on the earth, the one thing that stands out for me in my Atef's transitioning is when that Atef energy, and when that father is truly being embodied in other men, in other netters on the planet. And men and fathers get a lot of degrading, but we need to uplift the ones that are here, that are standing, that are representing, irregardless of the background that they came, or the love or lack of love that they had. So Tua for you for doing that, and also showing the versatility that these are just not classes. Like there's so many people spewing information, but how many people are out there planting seeds after they planted a seed, still planting seeds for their family in the future is so filling of the heart. Really, this is such a special class, and even for me myself, the deeper I go into Ma'at, when we imbue the Natiru, there is just these parental aspects of you that come out. And there's so many more moments in my own life where I recognize that there's a Mut in me that's innate, that already wants to start preparing and already want to start doing things. And that is only because of Ma'at. So it's beautiful. And I just have to give my perspective of that, of a child, that my Atef is the main reason why I'm here. Why I stand as Ma'at as I do, why I seem as strong as I do, and my discernment, a huge part of that comes from my Atef. And it's so beautiful that that energy and that fast strikingness still exists, and it hasn't gone anywhere. We don't need the media. We've heard enough of the fathers not there, but this is an important class to recognize the fathers that are here and choose to be here and continue to stand forward and be here. So as a child receiving that, I just want to give you that kiss and that acknowledgement, and all the fathers on the panel and all the fathers watching this in the world. You guys deserve your Henu, because life is not possible without you. So Tua and Henu, and yeah, this class was indeed a deep blessing. So Hotep.
Peace. Appreciate you, great sister. Yeah, it's interesting because when I started when I started creating my presentation, I was going to go a whole different route because of some of the Sebaites I was reading. And then, man, like, it's like, just my car was just like boom, like, now, like, this is what needs to be done. And I just completely shift all gears, and I just went into this, and then things just started like just firing off, and so I appreciate you. Definitely, you are an inspiration. I remember what you said on your last presentation. You said like, yo, I ain't like, I wasn't fearful at all. Like, this is what it is. Like, you know what I mean? I'm diving into this. This is I'm ready to do this. And that gave inspiration as well. And there was no fear to switch that gear and say, you know what, we gonna I don't just want to say that I do rituals. I want to show it, and stand firm on that, and continue to like be that advertisement, right? I want to be it more than I say it, and of course, yes, we do have a lot of things we do in private, but I want to be vulnerable to the point to where I show what the House of Aten is really, really, really about, and just be that echo of true power. Be what exactly our ancestors, our Pau was walking around. They had a lot of hidden information because you have to earn it, right? You have to be enrolled in that. But they were still walking power. Like, they were still walking around being exactly who they say they are. And so that's kind of where, my frequency is, and I appreciate those beautiful words. So Tua to you, and may your greater Tef Kepara again, and may he, seek my eye forevermore. So Tua to you.
All right, very nefer, and let us pass it to the Mut, the Heru, Gabriela Lopez Hotep. Peace and love.
Hotep, can I be heard?
Yes, we can hear you clear.
Awesome. Hotep to all of you, and thank you all for being here and supporting Primordial, and just always supporting each other. It's truly a beautiful thing. So thank you all, because I know how much this means to Primordial, how much it means to me, and I know that our saw can feel what I feel. So it's truly never to be able to pass that feeling along, so that when the time comes that our saw enters this world, he already knows the just nefer tones and love from people who are spread across. So Tua to all of you. Primordial, I wrote you something. Tua, for all your energy that you gave us on this ritual and our saw. It's definitely an emotional, in a nefer way, ritual and feeling that truly touched mine and our saw's Ebe. That as as you guys can hear, it makes me emotional right now. So Tua, because we can feel your intention, we can feel your energy, we can we could just feel your Eve and just your Nefermarie that you give. I applaud you that you shared such a intimate ritual, because I know how you only open up to those who are close to you, and everyone here at the House of Aten, you consider close. So Tua for that, because that is a great step as well, to be able to show the world and whoever this class reaches. So that's amazing. I'm glad that you did do that, because everyone who is watching and who will watch on the replay will get a piece. We'll get to see a piece or a part of who you are, who I know that you are. Just this Nefer and just great, beautiful soul that not a lot of people get to see. So I know that this is just a doorway to show a piece of your Eve, a piece of how you can love. So I hope everybody can appreciate that. And just know that I appreciate you more than words can express. Our saw is gonna just be beyond proud of you when the time comes that you two can sit together and watch this and truly have a Eve to Eve discussion on what our true intention is with not just this child, but all of our children, to truly guide them in a direction that nobody, that none of us can say that we were guided in, and to truly know what the ultimate freedom for each of them really means. So I'm proud of you, and thank you for this. Thank you. It's truly Nefer to see this and to hear this and to be a part of all this. So I love you. Saul loves you, and we're beyond proud.
Tua for definitely expressing that Nefer Eve of yours. You have been phenomenal. I love the way you let me create. You give me the time to put things together. I appreciate your support as I'm doing it, making sure that I remember to eat, or making sure I'm good, still, taking care of everything around the house, and as I'm focusing this, because like I tell you, this can't exist without you. I honor you. I appreciate you for being the Het Heru. You are the great Mut, and there is no Sa without you. So I appreciate that Nefer Eve of yours. I love you so much more. I'm grateful for the Natiru and what they have done for you, and may you continue to just flourish. May Ra shine on you forevermore, and may we May we show our children what Ma'at truly is, and continue to present the Heka'ud that we have learned here from our Saba Tehuti and our teachings from the Natiru, and may we continue to purr and press forward and continue to come forth this conscious light. So Tu'a to you, and Tu'a for just being your very existence, your being, yourself, everything. And I appreciate you. So Dua to you, and may you continue to just be that beautiful being you are. So Hotep.
All right, Henu, very Nefer. I think that is a perfect way to close out this ritual that the great Primordial Thought 9 has brought forward for all of us to be a part of. So we'll just go around and we'll give some closing words. Henu and Tu'a to everyone in the chat who's watching and taking place, because you all are also a part of this. So Tu'a and Henu, we truly appreciate you all. Tu'a for your attention. Without your attention, this can never exist. And Tu'a for everyone who supports the classes and is consistent in that. Very powerful. So, Sakim M. Arit, Marert Ka'a, Simu Hatu Natiru, Pert Ent Hetep. I obtain the power to do what pleases my Ka. May the hearts of the Natiru lead me. I come forth in peace. Hotep Henu, to the young Sa, young Ptah, and may you flourish and be established for Techeta forever. So Tu'a Hotep Henu, and we'll go to you, Nefertatan, and then with Pooh. We'll work our way around. Tu'a Hotep.
Hotep, Hotep, peace everyone for this, being able to be present for this offering, for this cradling of a Nefer class. May Sa Ptah or Sekhmet be nourished forevermore, to echo the sentiments of your Nefer parents. And it's so wonderful, to Primordial's point, that he just not only wants you to read, but that your eyes and your parents both have the provision, your Netzer parents have the provision to see you in the highest light, in the highest aspect, and in the highest sense of Ankh, of being and giving. So that is where I will close, and this is indeed a beautiful time to be alive and on this specious boat. Makaru, Makaru, Unkia Ma'at, Pakem, I am complete.
Hotep Natiru, powerful presentation. Like I said, Primordial Thought 9, definitely felt the love. Like you were sharing the love for your Sa, you were definitely sharing that love with all of us, and I definitely appreciate that. It was definitely felt. To the Sa, the Netter coming in, I hope you appreciate this and take this within your Eve and acknowledge the Mut and Atef that you do have, and understand the purpose that you do have in this lifetime, and that Ma'at is in your Eve. Tu'a to all the Netiru, Nib Netiru, being here, watching, being present, keep moving forward. Hotep Netiru, Mary Ma'at.
Once again, beyond proud of you. I'm glad that everything that you wanted this ritual to be. It came out just as you wanted, and we love you.
Hotep Henu, Tua for your offering, Tua for your example, Tua for all that you bring to the planet, to the House of Aten, for being an example on how to maintain family, which is so important, and how to stand on ma'ats. This is a beautiful legacy that you are creating. Yes, we are very proud and very happy. Ani Ptah definitely said one of the most powerful things I've ever heard. To have a Sa come through the portal, speaking Meta Netter, the earth will shake and the Neteru will rejoice. And I will close with the adoration to Tehuti. Come to me, Tehuti, O noble ibis. Come to me and give me counsel to make me skillful in your calling. He who masters it is found fit to hold office. Fate and fortune are to be found with you. Henu Hotep.
You want me to go first, Aten? I'll go so you can close it out.
Go ahead, man.
Peace and love to everybody. I appreciate everyone's attention. Shouts out to the House of Aten, everybody that showed up, everybody that's watching the playback. Henu to everybody on the panel. I appreciate you all. Henu and Hotep to our Saba Tehuti Amun Hotep Ra. I'm grateful for everyone's wonderful love and their wonderful Nefer tones. May Ra grant you and your family health and prosperity. May your monument be established on the foundations of Ma'at, and may you all rise and come forth as conscious light, like the divine Ra, who rise and shine forevermore in Ma'at. Henu and Hotep. Hotep Medi.
Hotep, peace and love. This is the difference between the real and the fake, the love and the hate. It's a beautiful, beautiful ceremony. Very, very Nefer. You could feel the love. This is absolutely powerful, and I have to give credit to our teacher, to our great teacher, our great Saba Tehuti Amenhotep Ra. Henu to you for producing what you produce and teaching us, because there's a lot of Isfet going on out there, and this is the total opposite. And I'm honored to stand next to all of you and to be a part of all of this. And I'm honored to stand before you with the Ren Atef Rem Kem Ma'at. It's truly is an honor. I also would like to definitely give a Henu to the Natiru, because we exist, they exist. It's just beautiful to be in this energy right here, as opposed to the energy that we all came from. So Henu to you and your family, Primordial. This is a great thing that you're doing here. And I appreciate your example, great brother. And Henu to everybody in the chat. Henu to all the supporters. House of Aten, come join us. Ancient Tehutian teachings of the Natiru. And with that, we will close as we begin with our beautiful affirmation. I don't know, Ani, if you could post it. I don't know if you're able to do it. If not, I'll do it without it. Are you there, brother? There we go. From today's teachings, he who listens to a reprimand protects himself from another. He who is persevering and thoughtful is chosen among the people. The fault in every kind of character comes from not listening. It is the Natiru who gives the Ebe, gives the Sa, and gives the good character. Unki and Ma'at, Un and S, Nintet or Set and Ma'at, Min Hepapet and Ma'at, Her and Huqui, Her Iku. I live for Ma'at. I exist within her. I do not speak in the place of Ma'at. Every day I advance towards Ma'at. My being is surrounded in darkness. I come forth as conscious light.
Neb Nefer Unk. Everything is beautiful in life.
Yo, let's go.
Shed. Closed my eyes, then I woke up back in my bed. I could see my room as clear as looking through a lens. See, I thought I was awake, so then I tried to move. But my body shocked me like I was plugged in a socket. I started panicking and scrambling within my mental. I thought I died and now my body, I'm forever locked in. I was screaming, help me, someone help me please. But there wasn't any sound making it through my teeth. I could see movement in motion, shadows gather around me. How could I close my eyes already closed. Eating alkaline at this time, fasting reads so shocking. I was stuck in a paralysis, it had me froze. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. I finally started waking up and coming back. I was in the opposite of state's effect. That's relaxed, I grabbed my phone and started to do research. Knowledge of what happened, I was in a lack. Insidious, the movie came direct to mind. Every time I've seen this, it was connected to what's not divine. Demons crawling forcefully, holding the body down. Ain't no point in trying to scream, you will not make a sound. Deep within, I knew I made that a reality. The all is mine, I saw it, and so shall it be. I start replacing fear with knowing universe is mental. Talking to my subconscious to wake me up in dreams. Then one day my spirit guides came in so essential. Daylight's astral playing loud in my dream helped to set me free. I'm back in paralysis laying on my couch. But this time I was calm, ready to exit out. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed. From what I read, I need to move my arms in front of me. See a rope and pull it, separate and then release. Now I'm out, I see my house is gleaming, I accept it. Looking in the mirror, staring at my car's reflection. I was so ecstatic, flying in every direction. This was months of subconscious reprogramming and redirection. Place my thoughts in my body, wake up, that's what I did. I was reborn from that day so I could start to live. It's time to shed. It's time to shed. I heard a voice in the back of my head. Rebirth. It's time to shed.